Jason, you're a man who gives it all on the pitch. So what were your emotions in that team huddle when you realised you'd secured a top 6 finish?
Well, joy, I suppose. It was obviously a big ambition of ours at the start of the season. It's been a long season with ups and downs, but to get over the line on sort of the last day was really, really good, and obviously everyone enjoyed it. We made it tough for ourselves at times, but it's about getting over the line, and we did that, and now we've got 2 good games to look forward to against Sheffield United.
Yeah, because at one point you weren't in the top 6. Were you aware throughout the afternoon of how other games were going, or were you very much in the zone?
Not really. I think we had to we knew if we won the game we were in, so I think that's what the main focus was. And then to go 2-0 down and to come back, like we have done a lot this season, especially at home. There was a lot of joy in that as well, and then obviously to find out the result on the pitch after was a great amount of joy and success of what the season's been like so far.
Because when you rattled the crossbar, did you start to wonder if it was going to be one of those days?
I thought as soon as I hit it, I thought it had a chance, but a couple inches lower maybe. But now look, everyone got what they, I think, deserved. Everyone's performed really well this year, staff and players and the fans as well. So I think it's a thoroughly deserved position for us, and we just got to keep it going now.
And it was interesting that the first man to address the players in the dressing room was you. So how did you get the composure to say the right words to your teammates?
Well, I had a few minutes to settle down in the tunnel and just sort of prepare myself to say a few words. But look, wasn't much to say. Everyone knew that's what we wanted, and the outcome we wanted was what we got. So no, it was just full of pride, and I'm thanking everyone for their real tired work this season, and just got to keep it going now for 7 more days.
And I think Liam was impressed because you also brought the focus to Thursday. Of course, enjoy the moment, but at what point did attention turn to the next job in hand, Sheffield United on Thursday?
Well, quite quickly. Like I say, this was the aim, getting the playoffs, and now you got to shift your aim and shift the goalpost, and now we've got to go and try and go lock horns with Sheffield United and get the right results we want.
Liam's described you as the underdogs going into the game. I guess there was a 22-point difference between the two teams. How do you find that balance from, yes, you're the underdogs, but of course you've played well against Sheffield United this season. You want to make progress and get to Wembley.
100%. He probably is right. You think of the squad they've got and how they've done this year. They're probably disappointed they didn't go up automatically. But so it's going to be a tough game. But like you say, we've performed well against them this year. And it's going to be 2 competitive games again, and that's what we want. But we want to come out on the right side, and we want to get to Wembley. That's the goal now, and we've got to try and make that happen, especially at home on Thursday.
And how do you find that balance? Because it's not all down to Thursday's result. You're going to play them on Monday as well. So does that change the shift of mentality at all, say the 70th, 80th minute, depending on how the score's going?
No, I don't think so. I think we've got to just continue what we've been doing all season, sort of take it game by game. Obviously, it's a 2-legged tie, but we want to go and win the first game, especially at home in front of our crowd. We want to take that advantage as well and try and get a good result, and then hopefully go to Sheffield and try and get a good result there as well.
Yeah. Have you experienced of the playoffs with Derby? Was it against Leeds?
Yeah, I've had experience. Just didn't play now. I was just coming through as a young 18-year-old, sort of witnessing what men's football was like, and I got thrown in the fire with Derby against Leeds. Yeah, obviously went well for us that year, and then got into the final and stuff like that. But now I've witnessed it before, and I know it's a good occasion, especially for the fans and the players. You want to play in these big games, and that's what everyone's really getting forward for and looking forward to.
And that's a good experience, because if memory serves me right, I think Derby lost the first leg and had to go to Ellen Road and get a result. Yeah,
look, we've got a good group here. We've always bounced back from disappointments, and we want to go and start the first leg off well, and that's what we'll be going to. But we won't be fazed by any sort of outcome. We've just got to keep going and try and go up to Sheffield and get a good result there as well.
And you are, I think, if I don't mind embarrassing you, will play in the Premier League at some point in your career. What would it mean to get there with Bristol City this summer?
Well, it'd be massive. Obviously, like I say, there's still a long way to go, but that was the goal coming here a couple of years ago, and I wasn't shy in saying that. And now we've got a couple of games to go and show that we deserve to be there as well. So, but like I say, there's still a long way to go. A big challenge ahead, but I think this club and this city is ready for it.
And finally, how much did you enjoy the celebrations with the supporters on Saturday? And has Yu Hirakawa had a bit of chuckling in his direction after his first experience of crowd surfing?
Yeah, I seen the video a couple of days later. We actually lost him for a bit in the crowd. We were inside waiting for him to come back in and didn't know he was getting thrown about outside. But no, it was a great occasion. The fans have been really, really behind us the whole season. So I'm delighted for them that they got to cheer about something. Because it's been a long time since this club has been in that position. So it was definitely a great moment, and we're just going to keep producing great moments for this club.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
That experience of the playoffs in the past, does that drive you on? Obviously a good result, but then missing out at Wembley, is that a bit of an incentive to right that wrong almost?
Well, like I say, I was just a sort of youngster coming through. I wasn't massively part of it, but I did experience what it feels like to be in that environment, and you want to chase those moments down as a player. You want to be involved in more of those games. So I think, to be fair, we've got a good experienced squad as well. We've got a couple of lads who've been involved as well. Like you see, Naki Wells has been there, done that, and then there's a few older lads who have been around a lot of it as well. So we've gotten a good experienced squad, but a young group as well to experience it for the first time. So it's going to be a great occasion, but we want to make sure it's a good occasion with a successful end to it.
You mentioned bouncing back from poor results, but you've done that in games. Saturday is an example of that. Can you put your finger on what it is about this group that they just don't ever seem like they're beaten?
Well, I think that's probably it. We've just got a good character, especially at home. I think we've got a really good, strong, tight-knit group. A small squad probably, but a real tight-knit group and a lot of players stepping up in different times to get us through difficult moments. And we're going to need that because there's going to be some tough moments in these next couple of games and people are going to have to step up. But we're all looking forward to the challenge and ready to go.
You mentioned the form at home in particular. When you joined the club, it probably wasn't as strong. A few years they'd struggled at home. That's changed, flipped on its head completely. Can you put your finger on why that is, or is there a different feeling to when you're playing at Ashton Gate compared to when you joined?
I don't know. I think you see a lot of the Championship, especially this year and the last couple of years. Home form has been massive for a lot of clubs. But I think we enjoy playing at home. The crowd's right behind us. It's a good pitch. It's a good stadium, and we're just enjoying it at the moment. Long may it continue, but obviously we're going to have to go there and get a good result as well. So no, it's going to be a feisty occasion, and we're all looking forward to it.
Calling on like past experiences, obviously you've done well against the teams at the top of the table this season, but I just wondered, from your point of view, those games last year in the FA Cup against teams when it's knockout football, is that something that could aid you in this at all?
Oh, I don't know. Not too sure. Obviously, there were against Premier League teams and stuff like that, so it was a different sort of feeling to the game. We're in this tie obviously against Sheffield United, but we're thoroughly deserved to be here. So it's a team at our level as well. So we want to go out there and put on a show and try and get on the ball and make things happen for ourselves as well. So I think it's going to be a different sort of feeling, but a big feeling as well.
Liam mentioned on Saturday how he feels you've really grown into the role as the season's gone on as captain. Is that something you feel yourself as well?
Well, I suppose so. I'm obviously learning as I get older and I'm getting more experience as well. But like I say, I've got some good experienced lads in the dressing room that are helping me through as well. It's not just me leading the way. But I have enjoyed it. It's been tough challenges as well, like any season. But to keep going and have a sort of successful season so far has been great, and that's helped me a lot as well. And I think I'm doing all right. Just with a keep leading by example, I think is the biggest, most important part.
Must be a source of pride that you've got Player of the Year and Players Player of the Year, especially to be recognised by your peers like that. Yeah,
100%. I know a lot of people always say the player's player is always most important because they're the lads who see it every day, and they're the biggest judges of character. They see what you do day in, day out. So that was obviously a huge honour to win that. I just want to keep it going now for the rest of the season.
I think when we spoke to you about a fortnight ago, you said that you couldn't call it a good season until you were over the line and in the top six. Now that that's happened, do you feel it has been a good season, or do you want that next step?
Well, I think you move the goalposts, you shift your aims. We'll assess at the end whatever happens, but we were going to give it a right good go and try and give it our best and see what happens, like I say, and hopefully that's two good results.
Cheers, Jason.
Hi. How do you feel about the tag of being the underdogs? I mean, you finished sixth, so I guess you're going to be, but how does that sit with the squad?
Well, I don't know. We haven't really talked about it too much. I think there's a lot of belief and stuff in the squad. We deserve to be in this position because it's been a long season, but we're going to give it a good go. I think, like you say, Sheffield United are a good team. They're a good squad. they're obviously well respected in the championship. So it is going to be tough, but we're well ready and we're going to give it a right good go.
How close do you think you've been to them in the 2 games?
Well, I think they've been definitely 2 competitive games. I think back to the game at home, we were winning for a large part of the game, and then away from home we performed really well as well and got probably a well-deserved equaliser. But I don't know how these games are going to pan out, hopefully in our favour, but like I say, we're going to give it a good go and try and put on a good show.
Do you feel like it's a clean slate now? What's happened for the last 9 months doesn't really matter?
Well, in some sense, it's obviously just 2 cup finals, I suppose. Doesn't matter how you finished or how you got there. It's about going out and performing now. But we can take positives and we can take encouragement from what we've done this season. I think we just got to keep doing that and bring it into the 2 games.
And it was touched upon there. Do you think cup football, actually, you've got some nice history there and that kind of thing suits you?
Yeah, I think, like you say, last year we played a good number of Premier League teams, even this year as well with Wolves. So we've got some good experience there. But like I say, it's two cup games, I suppose. We've got to go home first and put on a good show and get a good result, and then we've got to go up to Sheffield and do the same. So it's going to be tough games, but we're ready to go.